My name is Nompumelelo Mtimkulu, and I am now part of the ITGC group, but I first started off within the data analytics team. So yeah, I started with the learnership program last year, and I am now a junior IT auditor at Mazars. Okay, I think I started out when I did my honors in statistics. I think I was quite confused as to which stream or which career path I wanted to take. So being within data analytics is something that I've always looked forward to. I didn't know how to get into that career field, but actually being within your networks of your IT people helped me quite a lot to actually get into the space and actually get into the field of data analytics and IT audit. I've always wanted to do data analytics, and me being where I am now, it took a year for me to get to where I am from the learnership position that is into being a junior at the institution. I've always wanted to do data analytics because it has my educational background and skills. So yeah, for me, that's what I've always wanted to do. I think for me, my experience in the program has been rather quite interesting, given that the theory and the knowledge that I have learned from university is now being used in your practical day-to-day life situations. So for me, it's been quite interesting to place the dots into your everyday work. And how it has been for me in terms of my growth and skills development is that I have grown exponentially. My technical skills have improved in terms of coding in SQL. I'm learning a bit of Python as well as Power BI, which are the tools that you need to become a proficient data analyst. So I think for me that has been great, as well as your soft skills as well. I've grown in the sense that I now understand what your personal brand means, what it means to be a person in the professional workspace, and basically just showcasing professional etiquette. Yes, I have worked on client projects, and my experience has been rather quite fascinating in the sense that you could take your day-to-day lifestyle situations, for example, going to your retail stores and actually buying an item from your retail stores, not knowing that that one transaction could actually add up to 1 million or 1 billion other transactions that people actually test in the background. So I think for me, that has been something that I've found quite exciting, to know that you could actually do something as simple as buying an item, and in the background there could be a whole lot of other big data that people will actually need to deal with and systems to actually look into. The program has actually opened my eyes to a whole world in the sense that we have worked with real clients, and that being we have now learned how to analyze data using your different software tools, and as well as knowing how to display the data in your layman's terms for everybody else to understand. So it's one thing to actually represent big numbers, but another thing to interpret what those numbers mean. Yes, I think for me it has prepared me quite a lot. I've learned quite extensively a couple of things, that being your example, your different tools as to analyze data, your different software tools on how you can actually analyze data and big data, as well as the different tools to actually represent and display the data in layman's terms for everybody else to understand. It's one thing to put numbers in front of people and another thing to actually explain what those numbers mean. So I think for me, that has been something that I've learned, and I think I'm ready to explore in the work field of data analytics. I think for me, knowing how to do all of that has definitely made me ready to work within the data analytics field. The program provides cloud computing training, which is what most organizations, companies and institutions are using. So actually having that knowledge of how cloud computing functions work is for me the highlight of the program, as well as the software skills training that we get from the program. I mean, it's one thing to be a technically equipped individual, but another thing to be somebody who is workable, somebody who is an asset to the working field, and to have emotional intelligence as a whole. And lastly, it would have to be the working environment. I think Mazars has a diversity and inclusion working environment that I have been looking forward to on a day-to-day basis. So that's for me what I loved most about the program.